riding with Victor right now. And I thought we would go live because I really do not have enough space on my phone for anything more than about 7-8 minutes. I have to get rid of some stuff from storage on the phone. And what's being wiped away is the condensation. It's 66 degrees according to the reading of the vehicle. And I think I got the AC too high. I'm gonna lower the AC to maybe
But another
66.
thing, before I got in the car, I had heard it, and I also felt, because I was outdoors, there's some high humidity. It's like almost 70.
Yeah.
The humidity is up to like 70 something.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's gonna prepare for rain or just a humid day tomorrow, but it's already there. That's why it doesn't even feel, it feels warmer than 60 something degrees.
Yes.
Because of the humidity. But I think that's also causing the condensation.
So I'm gonna crack open the sunroof. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, let's open that up and then cut the air off.
The air off?
Yeah, try that.
See that?
Yeah.
All right.
Because the temperature is different on the glass on the outside than from the inside. See, it's clearing it up, right?
Yeah, we'll see. So we're gonna have a little quick discussion, and don't forget we're gonna be the objective perspective. The objective perspective is what I refer to as this weird key that unlocks a piece or a part or a section in your brain that the mainstream media keeps locking. And the objective perspective, thanks Dad.
Yeah.
The objective perspective, what it does is it actually opens up your mind. What it opens up is your mind is to possibilities. The world would have you believe that it's all black and it's all white, and that the make something for that and pop a pill, don't think about it too deeply, go on this date virtually and you will be happy one day. It's a con. It's one of the greatest cons ever told, I'm sure, and that is race. It's a con. But what we're going to talk about is what state was this?
Missouri.
Okay. Now I remember seeing something about it was on like Chicago Street. Did you hear that?
No.
Chicago Road.
I think it was mentioned, but
yeah,
no.
yeah. And this gentleman, we're not going to really mention the name of it. We're not going to really get too detailed, because what we're doing is we're trying to deal with the core audience that we have, and that core audience truly understands what we're talking about, and you are appreciated, and it's you showing up every time that you do that I enjoy. That I'm only going to get better with you, so don't forget to hit me in the comment sections, because I can only get better with you. With that being said, you were talking about the mayor before I told you. Wait, let me go live, and then you can tell me. What was you going to say about the mayor? You said he was crying or something like that.
Well, he wasn't actually literally crying, but it appeared that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to drum up some tears because, he said it emotionally. About how wrong he thought it was that a black man lost his life today. And he's a white mayor.
Oh, this is not a black person?
The mayor was white.
The mayor was the one trying to cry?
Yes.
Oh, so the one I saw was the police chief. I saw the police chief.
This was a mayor.
And did the mayor have on the mask?
No, he was speaking from inside like a podium or something.
So the mayor,
It
no
was a
mask.
press release or something like that. No, he
But
didn't
the
have on a
police
mask.
chief had a mask. I
Okay.
saw that.
Well,
was
that's
like,
good. Listen, it's so embarrassing, and this thing has went viral worldwide. Nobody really wants to be recognized. But I mean, a mask for
that's an
social
interesting
distancing.
point
Thank
too.
you.
That's like such a great benefit for him.
And for everybody.
Yeah,
To
not
that
to be
effect.
recognized. They
Thank
can just do so much.
But this is where they've taken us with this pandemic shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
We don't even recognize each other no more.
Any longer. No, I'm not trying to fix your grammar. I'm just into habit with code.
No, thank you. You
forgive me.
should. No, and I love being
it's just
corrected.
because of code. You know,
But you should.
I don't have the grammar like that. But I mean, I know.
Listen, you're on the sun. Let me say this. You're on a public forum, and I appreciate being corrected. I like getting better. You know, and I think that I helped instill that in you so much.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm very pleased. You understand what I'm saying? When you could recognize something that, even times I misspeak. But let me say something. I want to take
Are
this.
we going to not get off course, though? Let's get on course.
But listen, you have to just accept this part because this is just what came to mind. It wasn't a thought. It came to mind. Can you imagine things are so different now with these different incidences and the severity of them that I think that we have reached that point where we could be crossing over to different what do you call that? Not realms, but different, you know.
Dimensions.
Yes, because maybe
realities.
Listen, maybe his behavior, he crossed over here. That's what they do. But I mean, they've been doing it here also. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm seeing stuff that's different.
You speaking back to the objective perspective, opening your mind so much so that you can even imagine some sort of like interdimensional activity going on where in that cop's reality everything was all good and it was what's the big deal, and then it transferred into our reality where we're seeing it through the lens of that camera and it's totally different as a reality.
Exactly.
Well, that also helps that you're spending a lot of time with me. You're doing good, sir.
Thank you.
But
you're never too old to learn.
Yeah, that was interesting. I like that. So here's let's get back to what we saw through the lens person who I'm curious as to what camera work have you done, sir, because you were incredible. You didn't get off the 9 minutes and the camera was that straight the whole time on its target.
You know, and professional almost.
Almost professional.
Thank you.
I mean, even when the officer got in front of this cameraman, they were able to still maintain the proper, the whole 9 minutes of pure focus. I mean, no drifting. I want to hire you for a music video. Or maybe this person has a YouTube channel. Maybe this person is, has 300 videos they've done. They know how to work a camera. I don't know. So then we have the officer. First of all, let me just say this. What did you think about the police chief firing the officers?
And he was black, so he had to.
He had to?
Yes, he had to keep face, because I think just what occurred, the incidents, that they probably, maybe that was planned to create that. Because it's all political, just like the mayor. Actually, a mayor who's supposed to be the head of the police, the top dog. Yeah. All of the commission, everybody is under the mayor. That's who puts them in power, like officials. So they have an agenda, son. And it's actually got political with the mayor being one of the first and the chief.
Can I say what I see going on here?
Tell me.
You do know, and I'm letting the people that are watching know that I do massive amounts of research when it comes to cop watching and your First Amendment rights. Massive amounts of research. We're talking about since, let's say, 2003, 2004, I've been watching since the inception of cop watching and videotaping police officers. So I am a professional. I'm an expert on the field of videotaping police. I've seen almost every single one, including the ones in Europe, okay, including the ones in Australia. I have I subscribe to 40 minimum of cop watchers. I was there when Furry Potato was shot live on camera. I watched it live. I was in the comment section saying that the bullet ricocheted off the bullet broke the concrete, and it was the concrete that broke went through Furry Potato's leg and not a bullet. It was I that first said that. I've been watching San Joaquin Phoenix. I've been watching him since he was first started cursing out the cops. Now he knows how to speak to them, and now he's the most highly respected the highly respected guy doing it. Bigger than the New York cop watch guys that are doing their stuff in the Lower East Side with the LaSalle brothers doing what they got to do. I'm talking about, I've studied this like you have no idea. And let me tell you, I've never seen a cameraman work a camera so good. And I say that the reason that the officers were fired was because that's the only way to assure them their jobs. Because here's the thing, I read every single word on the Minnesota Code of Conduct on chokeholds, knees, elbows, all that you are allowed to do in this. These officers followed policy.
Wow.
The policy says you are allowed to restrict the carotid artery in the neck with the knee to the point of passing the person out.
Or if it results in deadly force, to prevent, it being him being affected.
Here's the thing. You know what it says? It says
to
moderate
a criminal.
You can use the knee on the neck with moderate pressure. There is no determination what moderate means. So for this police chief to go ahead and now you the police chief, you're gonna do what? You're gonna fire these officers so that everybody can feel good? And 100% it's part of policy. These officers were following policy. Did they murder this man? Of course. They did it while doing their jobs. And what it's called is called qualified immunity. These officers have qualified immunity. They have in the line of their the ability whenever to take a life. That's from the Supreme Court. So you mad at the wrong people. The Supreme Court has said that the police can kill you in an arrest.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court says that you also have the right to take an officer's life if you believe that you are being arrested falsely.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You have the right to defend your life. And they have like 2 or 3 cases all the way to the Supreme Court, and then back to the Supreme Court, and they still ruled that you have the right to do that. This officer applied moderate pressure to the carotid artery per their freaking. Why am I going in circles over here? What's going on? Oh, they close this down. All right, I'm like, what the hell?
But listen to this.
Wait. Let me finish this thought.
Okay, please.
They are firing these officers because they want these officers to get off. Because the officer doesn't even have to make a statement for X amount of days. Okay? Because he has qualified immunity. And it says it on the damn paper. I can use my knee to knock you the hell out. You are allowed to use it to knock you out.
Okay, so let me say this. Maybe in the case of resisting arrest, because that was also at one time before the second video we showed a claim. So if resisting arrest can result in them using deadly force.
Absolutely.
And because that's what's commonly done.
Yes, they killed.
And it don't have to be racial.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's just,
but
it's one of the you view verbally and know this, have knowledge of to the extent that they can function. See, it's nothing keeps that.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that. The problem we have is that we're militarizing our police and we're allowing them to put their knees in the necks, and there are the people that pay the taxes to these necks. What you need to do is take some taekwondo classes and learn how to restrain somebody. You need to
but he was cuffed. So I mean, there's no way that.
No, it was a murder. It was a murder.
Right.
It was a murder.
Right.
All I'm telling you is this: that by the police chief firing them, he's ensured that they will definitely beat the charges.
Okay.
What the police chief was supposed to say was this: the police chief was supposed to say, "What I saw was disgusting. What I saw,"
which is what the mayor actually said,
was. Matter of fact, I don't even think the police chief can say anything against the police. What he's supposed to say is,
it's under investigation.
It's under investigation.
Right.
Everybody got to wait.
Right.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
Because
that's their pressure.
Yeah. It's under investigation. Everybody got to wait because look right here. Look what it says right here. We can use the knee. Listen to what it says. So if you got a problem with us using the knee, then you need to talk to the person who wrote this down on this paper. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Who allowed that to be a reality for police officers? That you can sit your knee on somebody's neck until they pass out.
Right. It's called a code of conduct, and that's within their code of conduct.
Who approved that code of conduct?
I have no idea. But like you say, I think it goes with community to community. You know, I think that they don't even expect that to be called upon in Montesino or some other like maybe private community, but they write it into their laws.
Oh, so you're going back to you're going back to the racial thing now.
Of course, there's no question.
No, but here's the thing: if you go to Google and you type up police using the knee, and then you go up to images, what you're gonna find is that there are hundreds of pictures of police officers using the knee on the necks.
No,
and let me tell you, that's what the defense is going to bring.
I understand. You're missing my point.
Yeah.
I think that the law is written in, just not a standard law. I think that, like you were saying, the taxpayers that pay police well. So, because it might be a rich community, or so that the police don't become corrupt. Because in my, opinion, they're all underpaid. All working people are. But what I'm trying to say is that it wouldn't be written in the laws. Those same bylaws wouldn't apply to Beverly Hills. You get my point? I'm saying, yes, in the books there's a law for that community.
Yes.
For the policing of that community.
Well, let me say this to you. So then that would mean for me is that they pulled these officers to the side and they said, y'all need to kill somebody and we need it publicly done and y'all gonna be all right.
And do it by the book.
Do it by the book.
Because that's a part of the book.
Because we need, check this out, we need to use, you see all these, you see the budget we got? In this budget, we done bought all of these, gas grenade launchers. If we don't use these grenade launchers in the next 3 months, we ain't gonna ever get the money we had.
And you know what else I think they're preparing for? Listen, take this under consideration. I think that with them going to this extent where the outcome is deadly, right? I think they're preparing for what they think might be a civil disobedient uprising from the people. So they have to go to this extent to scare the people, because it was supposed to be almost a panic on Clorox and toilet paper and handy wipes. What if it was food? So you see how they're preparing the people now to deal with a changing world? The pandemic.
No, you see what you're doing is this. You're saying what we're gonna do is we're gonna burn down some buildings just so that we can get these firemen that you're making. I'm saying then a black man and white officers. This is, if like I said, you look it up on Google, they got hundreds of pictures of a cop using his knee, and there's tons of black cops on black men's knees. All I'm saying is, you got cops that are willing to kill. We need somebody to get killed today, and we need it in public, and we need it on video.
And we need it done by the book.
And we need it done by the book.
That's code for, like, check your book, you understand? See how far you can go.
Exactly.
Because you can then tell what it will result in murder.
Yeah. So let me just say this. I've read a lot of the I've read a lot of stuff on the internet, like court papers and court stuff, like, you know, just like the numbers of testimony from the
No, you was talking about you investigated certain laws that's on the book, certain cases in the past. But until it comes back to you, let me bring this up, because you have a very good eye. Because you're also a movie critic. What does that make you do? But you're watching the directing, you're watching the cinematography. So for you to compliment about how well this camera was used, there, first it scanned the
never finished
his knee.
For this thing, you know, to witness something like that and to be that steady in the zone, I question it. So to me, this looks like something that had to get done. It was by the numbers. What the hell are these officers and these police departments doing with so much artillery? You're planning for uprisals that you now have on deck. Gas, laughing gas, tear gas.
Listen to this. I'll tell you another thing. You know what we're seeing going on now on YouTube and these network television news is that we had sat back and enjoyed a film that was equally as well made, but it was an expose. We watched Wag the Dog, and we are seeing this in living color now.
Yeah, and what we watched, you know what's kind of crazy is it was like a real snuff film. You know, like people pay a lot of money to get something like that done, and maybe, you know, maybe that picture, you know, maybe.
But that's what we
even deeper than we can even imagine.
You start telling me about network TV news programs and things like that. They highlight sensationalism, and then they're gonna create a scenario they want you to see, because now they're commenting on it. Just like they were saying, this is going to make you be of that state of mind if you're influenceable.
Yeah.
We're going to show you a murder. This every news program that it came on voiced how horrible it was. So they definitely got an agenda.
Yeah, and their agenda is to keep it black and white. That's the game. Race is a con. You know, so thank you for whoever's watching. I'll read them. Just kind of concentrating on the road, the Bronx, with my dad. Our value system. If you've gotten anything out of this, then all I would ask is that you hit the Cash App, and the Cash App is $ Elvis Rosenberg, and you are appreciated. I'll give you the last word.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll take the last word. I'll give you a word.
Give me just one word, because I want to share something else that if I get another opportunity to be with you, I'm going to always drop a little bit of something on you that I've learned.
Yes, please.
So I'm going to tell you about the best con ever. The best way to con somebody most of the time is with the truth, or what appears to be the truth.
Yes.
And then you got them, because you could lead them down to something that then you're going to make them see what you want them to see. If you give them some evidence in the beginning to think that it's true, think that it's real, then they know that they got you by the nose.
Oh, you say there's always truth in the con.
Always. That's the
Oh
best con.
yes. Oh
The
yes.
best con is with the truth.
Yeah.
You start out with it.
Yes. And they needed a body.
And it becomes a con once you switch it on them.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
They like, yeah. They you know, they took his life. That was the tertiary. That was the prize.
Yep. So with that, I'm good.
Yeah. So let me just for the people who's just watching, we're basically just kind of going through the events that are happening, where the knee is used as a tool to subdue a subject who is resisting arrest or even being arrested.
Allegedly. Of course, they have another video that came out where
no, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even talking about this person. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
You know, I'm just generalizing. You know, that the police have the ability to do these heinous things to the human being.
It's become that regular.
Yeah. And if they wrote it down on paper.
Right.
And they want you to know that we want you to know that what those police did is part of their policy. And they will beat the case because they're going to just be able to show hundreds of pictures of that exact thing being done. And to understand what moderate force, there is no understanding of moderate force. So an officer allowed legally to do that. And the fact that they were fired shows that this mayor or this captain, who fired them? The captain or the mayor?
I don't know. The mayor just spoke about it being like, you know, horrendous. But I heard they were fired by the department. So it must be by the chief.
Yeah, so they were, yeah. So by firing them, that allows them to have massive amounts of leverage because there's so much due process by them having qualified immunity. And qualified immunity is a very, very powerful tool. It's been given to them by the United States of America, by the Supreme Court. And it's we the people. The only way out of this is through politics, not to ramp up white cops versus the black man. Were they white cops on top of a black man? Yes. Why? Because somebody had to die. Somebody had to die. So what did they do? They went to the bottom of the barrel economically, and they took advantage of a situation because all they had to do was wait for the call to come in. Somebody was going to get it. If it wasn't him, it was the next one. Right after that, somebody was going to die.
Right.
Yes.
Well, the collar
and it had to be videotaped.
Right.
And it had to be done by the books.
Right.
You are appreciated. Value for value system. Let's not forget that. Thank you very much.